Okay, so I'm showing you one of the first looks at the new Beats Studio Buds Plus wireless earbuds coming from Apple and Beats, of course, and they went full on transparency mode with these because you can see the inner workings of the case here. So the case has a battery on the inside, and so you can see that along with the other different wires and circuitry and all of that stuff. And then when you open up the lid, you can see that the earbuds are also transparent as well. So you can see everything going on the inside. And I use a bunch of D-Brand and Jerry Rick Everything's teardown skins on my products like my MacBook Air, and you can see that Apple cares just as much as far as what their products look like on the inside like they do on the outside, maybe even a little bit more to be honest with you. And I'm gonna keep it real, this type of transparent design also helps hide some of that dirt and debris and earwax and all of that stuff that gets on your earbuds, and especially as you're putting them in and out of your case. So I like that. But also, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. A lot of people are going to say that Apple is just copying nothing in their earbuds that they do sell. But what I will say is that, Apple has done some transparent products in the past, so this isn't their first time. But there is a chance that they're bringing it back with these because of how the nothing earbuds look. But no matter what, I think it's a win for consumers. I think it's a really cool look, and I'm happy that they brought it back. And they do offer it in different colors too. So if you don't want this transparent design, it does come in black and gold and also ivory. But I'm willing to bet $100 in Apple Pay that this transparent design will be their #1 seller. Oh, and as far as like the size and dimensions of the case, it doesn't look to be any bigger or smaller than the case for the original Beats Studio Buds. And so what do you get in the case? So inside of this 95% fiber-based recycled material virgin wood box that Apple uses, yes, I got that from their little press release. But inside of this, you will find a USB-C cable, and also you will find some ear tips. And new this year is that Apple is including a new extra small ear tip to go with the small, medium, and large. And the medium is already installed on the ear tips. But I like this extra options because people have different size ears and ear canals and stuff. So this little extra addition will help people find that perfect fit. But one thing I wish that Apple would do is that on their AirPods Pros, they do have this ear tip test that you can do. So you can go into the Bluetooth settings, and now you'll be able to have the software do a test, and it'll run while you have the earbuds in your ears to let you know whether or not you're using the right size ear tip. And so this is really helpful. So I would like to see Apple bring this down to the Beats lineup of their earbuds like their Studio Buds Plus. But what is it like to wear these all day long? You can see that they stay in my ears even though I made that jump and I almost blew my ACL out, man. I'm getting old. But yeah, I've been wearing these all day while I've been filming. And the biggest thing that I notice is that I don't notice them that much, right? They're not invisible in my ears. I do feel them. But you don't get that feeling like these are trying to dig in your ear and bury in your ear canal to try to stay in place. And that is because I did do a test before, so I know that in one of my ears, I need to use a smaller ear tip. So I always recommend you do that. But also it's the fact that they have just really kind of fine-tuned this design to really be something that's comfortable for all day wear. And when I'm pressing down on the button, I don't feel like I'm moving the earbud as much as it was with the previous generation. So that is good as far as like trying to help you keep that seal in your ear so that sound quality doesn't leak out. And also it keeps that seal nice and tight for the active noise cancellation. And also on the inside of these Buds Plus is the fact that they do have their Beats proprietary platform Gen 2. So these don't have Apple's H1 chip inside of them like the Beats Fit Pros or other AirPods. So the one thing that's kind of really missing feature-wise is going to be on-ear detection. So when you do put these in your ears after maybe placing them down on a desk, they won't automatically start playing the music. And the same goes when you do take these out of your ears and don't put them in the case, maybe you put them down on a desk, the music will keep playing. So that's really the only major features that I find that I miss having on these Bud Plus. Now, when you are ready to pair these with your smartphone, it's very easy on both iOS and Android. So with your iPhone, you just need to bring these close and then open up the lid, and then you'll see this pop up on the bottom of the screen that will walk you through how to use these earbuds. And in a couple of seconds, these will be paired and ready to go. And then from now on, when you do open up the lid to start using these with your iPhone, you'll see a little pop up on the bottom of the screen that gives you battery information for the earbuds and also the case. And then on your Android smartphone, these do work with Google's Fast Pair, which means that you can do practically the same thing, open up the earbuds, and then you'll see a little pop-up on the bottom of the screen. It's not as sleek as Apple's, but it still does a good job. But what I'm showing you right now is that if you do want to pair these with another device or something that's not Android or iOS, you can open up the lid on these earbuds and press down on the pairing button, and then now you'll be able to get either that similar pop-up, or you can just go into the Bluetooth settings and pair these just like any other Bluetooth device. Now, when you are ready to use these, all you have to do is put these in your ears, give them a little bit of a twist, twist, and now they're secure and set in place. And as far as controls, they do have a button towards the top of the kind of the outer piece of these, and you can press down on that to be able to play and pause your music, to answer your phone calls, and also to be able to activate the different listening modes. But you can also do this in the software. So on iOS, you can pull down the control center, and then now you'll be able to press down on the volume controls. And from here, you can slide up and down to control the volume. And then also you'll be able to tap and switch between the active noise cancellation mode, transparency mode, or just not using either one of those two. And you can also find these controls and even more when you go into the settings app, and then at the top you'll see your Beats Studio Buds Plus. And then now once you tap into that, you can change those particular different settings, but also you can go further and assign different actions to each individual earbuds, and then also be able to, select whether you want to have to press the button twice to hang up a call or once, and little stuff like that. Now these also work with Apple's Find My, so if you ever lose them in the park or lose them in your own pants pocket, don't judge me. I forgot to put them in my pants. You'll be able to use the Find My application to be able to get directions to them, or you can even have them emit a sound to help you locate them. And so the sound actually comes from the wireless earbuds themselves though, so if you don't have the earbuds in the case, you won't hear that sound. But you're not getting that super precise tracking like you get with the AirTags or the AirPod Pros, where that little arrow pops up and literally guides you to the earbuds. Now for my Android users out there, Apple has a Beats app that you can download from the Play Store, and this will give you the same type of customization and controls that you find kind of baked into iOS, so they have you covered there. And these also work with Google's Find My device, which is similar to Apple's Find My, to be able to help you track these down if you do lose them. And another feature as far as software that these have with Android is that they do support audio switching. So basically these can be paired to your Google account, so if you do start using another device that also has your Google account active, these will show up when you do open up the lid and allow you to switch to them. And then with Apple devices, you of course have the same capability, so whether it's your Apple TV, your iPad, your Mac, another iPhone, whatever it is, you'll be able to use these across all of those devices pretty seamlessly. And these will work with Hey Siri, so all you have to do is say, "Hey Siri, start talking," asking for the weather or whatever you want to talk about, and it'll automatically start working.
All right, so now for a microphone check. So I do have these paired to my iPhone 14 Pro right now. So the audio is coming directly from the Studio Buds Plus. And every year they talk about trying to reduce the wind noise and just decrease the background noise so your voice calls or your phone calls will sound better. And so you let me know how these sound in the comments below, because obviously I can't hear myself right now. But anyway, let me know how these sound.
All right, so now let's talk about performance. So when it comes to active noise cancellation, Apple says these will perform 1.6 times better than the previous Studio Buds. And this is made possible because these do kind of tailor to your personal fit inside of your ears, so the ANC will adjust to you. And also they moved the processing for the ANC to the onboard chipset, which they're saying just makes the whole process more seamless and more effective. And they went even further by improving the vents on the earbuds, so this helps the airflow to be managed more properly, and this really helps with sound quality and everything. But also you will find 3 times larger microphones on these new Beats Studio Buds. So look, I'm not a super technical person, so when it comes to my ANC test, I basically just take them out the case, put them in my ear, and I've done this test already, but I basically know the sound in my room because I have the AC going, some other computers going, and these do a pretty decent job. But I wanted to put these against some really tough competition, so I had the AirPods Pros 2 here, which is the top of the line coming from Apple. And so as I put these in my ears, what I found is that the ANC was actually more similar than it was different. So if you force me to say a number, I would say the AirPods Pros are like 5 to 10% better. But look, just walking around the city, crossing through traffic and having cars and stuff all around me, the ANC was just fine. I found that I had a good time listening to my music without being distracted when I wanted to. And really the ultimate test for me is whether or not I would use these on the plane. And because they are similar, or at least close enough to the AirPod Pros 2s, I would feel very confident to say that these Beats Studio Buds Plus would be fine on a plane. Now, when it comes to transparency mode, Apple says that you're getting up to 2 times better performance than the previous generation with these. So basically what I would say with transparency mode is that things sound very natural. So I put them in my ears, transparency mode is going, and when I'm talking, it doesn't really feel overly processed because these are using the outer microphones to be able to pump the outside world's audio in, but they do a really great job at keeping things sounding very nice and clear. And then these also have this feature called Playback Corrections. So when you are using ANC in transparency mode, Apple says there is the opportunity for kind of some like artifacting or maybe like a distortion that happens because of that. But now they're using some extra processing to kind of combat those different things that might happen. So when you are listening to music and using ANC or transparency mode, these will perform better at keeping the audio quality in check. But all of this leads us to the overall sound quality, right? So I would say back in the day, Beats was very heavy on the bass. Some people liked that, some people didn't. But what I've noticed the last few years of using their wireless earbuds is that the sound has just become way more balanced. And I think even for casual listeners like myself, you'll be happy with it. But even for people who are a little bit more kind of nitpicky when it comes to audio quality, they actually have found that the quality has been improving year after year. But what's really working on the inside to give us this audio quality are going to be the custom built transducers, which are going to be helping keeping that bass nice and tight and just giving you that quality that you'll be happy with. Oh, and these also work with Dolby Atmos too. So if you use Apple Music, you have a library of a lot of different songs that will give you this feeling of having multiple speakers around your head when you do have these in your ears. And I recommend listening to some tracks by Jonathan Morrison, or you might know him as TLD Today. He works on a lot of this stuff. It's really great. And I'm going to predict right now that he's going to win a Grammy one day. But anyway, getting back to this review. Oh, and the last thing for Dolby Atmos is that this only works on music. So if you want to use it for music and movies, you either have to go with like the Beats Fit Pros or the AirPod Pros that use Apple's H series of chips. Oh, and something just as important as audio quality, let's talk about that battery life, son. So the case will be giving you 50% more capacity compared to the previous version. And then also the earbuds will be giving you 16% more battery capacity. Now, the way this all breaks down is that when you are using ANC or transparency mode, you will be getting 24 hours total. So 6 hours with the buds and also 18 hours with the rechargeable case. And when you have these things off, you're looking at 36 hours total. So that's 9 hours from the buds and 27 hours from the rechargeable case. And if these do completely run out of battery, you can just plug in the USB-C cable and in just 5 minutes, you will get an hour of playback time. But at $179, the lack of wireless charging is very noticeable with these because we're starting to see wireless charging hit earbuds that are around like a $50 or so. So I wish that these did have wireless charging, and I hope to expect that in the next version. But look, I don't need to keep this video going on and on because these aren't super complicated. Look, if you're just trying to figure out where do these rank amongst all the wireless earbuds that Apple makes, because they make a lot, I would say right there in the middle, maybe a little bit above the middle, because the regular AirPods are just great for walking around, but they don't have ANC or transparency mode. And then the AirPods Pros, which have great quality. They're the best for watching movies and getting some great sound, and also the best ANC that I'll use on a plane. These fit right in the middle, not only because of the pricing structure, but also because of the feature set, the battery life, and the performance that you get. And honestly, I would say the closest competition coming from Apple to these will be the Beats Fit Pros. And the main advantage for those is that they do have that wing tip that allows them to really secure inside of your ear. So they're my recommendation for working out coming from Apple. Anyway, yeah, these are really good everyday wireless earbuds that I can recommend. And then you're also getting great battery life at a really good price point of $169. Let me know what you think about these by dropping your comment down below. I'll also drop a link down to these so you can see them more for yourself and get even more information or pick them up if you want. But like always, I do want to thank you for watching this video, and I will catch you later. Peace.